Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hey everyone, time to do our show notes before we have our final month of the year so that we could send in that report to Ryan. So let's try to review everything we've done so far for the UltraQuest podcast. First we have Mike, codename Time Rider 0. And we got Miguel, codenamed That Blue Dinosaur Guy, and Enter. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the UltraQuest podcast. It's the first UltraQuest we're doing of the month of December, and it's going to be one of the last few episodes because, you know, the winter holidays around the corner. And the TV show itself was like already in its 20s, so you know we got to catch up, and we got to catch up fast.
But this episode, it's a recap.
It's a recap episode. Yep, recap. SKaRD Nocturne is a recap. What did we do in the last 12 episodes? We will find out right now because it's a recap. We only need 3 screenshots. Wait, what a minute. We did not do this episode yesterday because it was Leo's birthday. When our staff members have a birthday, you know, we all we got to drop what we're doing and we got to celebrate. And yeah, we're going to honor each other. So Miguel, since even though you're a guest, you know, whenever your next birthday is, we're definitely going to celebrate your birthday for sure.
Well, it's not until June, so we got time.
We got time. That's enough time to cover all of Blazar and maybe most of Tiga. Yeah, and if we're lucky, maybe even Dinah while we're at it. Who knows? But yes, we are doing a recap episode. We're halfway through the series, so natural. I mean, Ultraman lately has been half a year, as we've mentioned before. So yeah, it's pretty much the halfway point. But you know what?
Yep.
It could be worse. At least it's not Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation.
Ooh.
26 episodes, and we get 2 recaps.
Yep.
Yeah. Like freaking Dragon Knight. Freaking Dragon Knight was 40 episodes, but had 3 recaps. So, even though, yes, there's 3 whole recap episodes, but at least we're... Actually, no, it's not as sporadic as one would think, because 26 divided by 2 is 13. 40 divided by 3 is is a little bit over 13. So, yeah, it's still, but it doesn't feel as, okay, maybe the final episode felt a little forced with the recap aspect, but at least they do an epilogue.
Pretty much.
Well, I don't know why Ninja Turtles had 2 recap episodes, because how much stuff even happens on those, in those recap episodes? All I remember was there's those dragon dudes, there's some monkey mafia, and yeah, that's... Oh yeah, and there's a vampire show.
And some bounty hunter played by Scott McNeil, the voice of Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember Scott McNeil for 3 things: Dinobot, Rat Trap, and Tahu from the Bionicle movie.
He was also Dr. Wily in the Mega Man cartoon.
Yeah, you know what's really weird about the Mega Man cartoon. Yeah, man, I missed the Mega Man cartoon. It had one of the coolest jingles. He's He's a fighting hero, Mega Man. He's a fighting robot, Mega Man. Oh man, that was so good. I remember that one episode where Mega Man switched bodies with Snake Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't get why Proto Man was a villain because in almost every version of Mega Man, except the cartoon, to my knowledge, Proto Man was always a good guy.
I think they kind of mixed up the plot of Mega Man 5 where Wily disguised the robot to impersonate Proto Man in order to like frame him for a crime.
Yeah, because at least in Mega Man X5 or no, yeah, 5 or 6, Zero at least actually died.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a good guy through and through. After all, he was the one who said, you're not as strong as me, but you will be."
Mm-hmm.
I love that line. You're not as strong as me, but you will be. It's like if you ever had a mentor, you need someone who believes in you, like how Zero believes in X.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, it's a recap episode, so there's really not much to talk about. We mainly have 3 things to go on about. Mainly is, what kind of kaiju we fought so far. It's like, 3 of those kaiju were aliens. No, wait. No, 4 of them were aliens, but weirdly enough, 3 out of 4 of them came from the same trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one that we're not counting is obviously Garamon. I don't know why that's the one we're not counting. We have no reason to not count it, but hey, at least we've got a sword.
Yes, we do.
There are many memorable lines from Yu Yu Hakusho, which, by the way, live action adaptation's coming out in next week. Yeah, literally a week from now.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be on December 14th, which means that just exactly 1 week and 4 hours in our time zone. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get Yu Yu Hakusho. Which is and but yeah. One of my many favorite lines from Yu Yu Hakusho is, "I don't know if you noticed, but I'm Kazuma Kuwabara, and I've got a sword."
Yeah.
Oh, in case you're wondering why I have a spray bottle, it's literally to just spray water because it's been a dry day.
Yeah. It's been raining over here, so
lucky. I remember like back in 2019, I think, or maybe I think it was 2019. Like I started like pen paling this one girl from Canton, like sometime during like June or July, and of course, like here in Cali, it's a drought, like one of the worst droughts we've had like in a while. But in Canton, it's freaking flooding.
Wow.
So I made that. We made this. So like we're both suffering in completely different ways. So like I made this like Patrick Star meme where it's like, we should take this Cantonese rain and push it to California.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, no, but like 2022 was also kind of a drought year because we went 9 whole months without a single drop of rain.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there have been so many days that were just like straight up cloudy, like really cloudy. Like we got like condensed, we got like nice cumulonimbus clouds right there, and like they're not precipitating. It's like watching Alabasta arc all over again.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in case anyone's wondering about my progress on One Piece, I just got to Dressrosa. just got to Dressrosa, episode 629. So 118 more episodes to go till I'm caught up to Hulu.
Nice.
But I only need 60 of those episodes to catch up to Toonami and surpass it. Yeah, I'm a cable cutter. Yeah, I joined the dark side of the streaming service. But yeah, so there's oh, and we also find out that there's some like documents about like V99 from episode 4 where the GGF kind of know about the kaiju that they're not telling us. Something seems very Seuss, and I'm not talking about that. And I'm not talking about that lechon over there.
Nope.
Yep, someone's bacon is on the line because something's very suspicious. The scientific term for pigs and boars is Seuss. Deal with it. I like Sui date, both as animals and as food. Well, actually, food not so much, but it's great for replacing certain foods. Because like when you're on a certain diet, you need different kinds of meat. You can't just eat only beef or only chicken. Like you have to like incorporate pork into your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Just not a fan of the taste though. I just could not get into pork meat flavor wise. But yeah, can't go wrong with a little bit of lechon. Like that is the best use of sui day meat. But I digress. And we do get a little bit of girl talk, like about like, oh, have you ever been in love?
Yeah. Emmy and Henry doing that whole thing.
And they do discuss their backstories, and Emmy says something interesting, and Henri responds in a very interesting way. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I don't know anything about you. Who are you? Like I don't know anything about you. Like, what are your hobbies? Okay. I thought you were talking about. Anyways, so what are your thoughts on that?
It's kind of funny. Like, where was your mind going with that initially?
Yeah, because I remember like in episode 3. Henri says a certain line in a certain way that made me suspect something about her. Where it's like, Gento in episodes 2 and 3 has like praised her for her field record or something like that. But then, like when he tells her to go join him on their first operation using the Earth Garon, she's like, really? I get to go on assignment? I mean, yes, Captain Gento. I'm like, why are you that excited? It almost seems to me like something about your record as a field operative might be not so genuine.
Like you're lying on about something.
Yeah, like what's going on there? I'm thinking either A, she's actually less experienced and falsified certain things to get on the team, or she is a spy working for someone else. Because the way she phrased certain things in episode 3 just did not feel right, and this conversation between her and Emmy just felt really off. Kind of brought back those suspicions from the earlier episode. And yes, this is not, and sticking to recurring tropes of our podcast. Once again, this is not a Teraraki focused episode. I mean,
oh yeah,
it is. I mean, it is a recap episode, but even recap episodes can have character focus. Like, for example, in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, they had a recap episode, but it was a Leo and Damien focus episode because they were like tied up to a gallows awaiting execution. Then in what's it called? Let's see. In let me think. In what's it called? Dino Thunder. It was a Trent focus episode. Now, Trent did not get a lot of screen time in the episode, but it was Trent focus because everyone's like, oh, I don't know if we can trust Trent because he turned into the White Ranger, he fought against us, then he tricked us that one time, and then and like now he lied to us about his dad being Mesogog. And then there was that other recap episode in RPM, which was focused on Ziggy and Dr. K.
Yeah,
because they were trapped in that alphabet soup wreckage.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there was a Jungle Karma pizza box somewhere in the background. Let's see. What were some other character focus recap episodes? I think that's pretty much it because every recap episode since then was typically a Christmas episode or a Halloween episode, at least until Beast Morphers, where they did that 3-part episode with Dino Charge.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. Now I'm trying to remember. Did Dino Fury do a recap episode? Like, I'm trying to remember. Wait, yeah, it was the Christmas one where Javi was trapped inside the base with Solon. Okay. But the point is, you can't have a character focused recap episode. Teraraki could be taking notes. For the whole episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like I said in the previous episode. Like, this guy gets so little focus on the show, and we are so aware of his lack of focus on the show that it's getting to the point that he is our favorite episode by the. He's our favorite character on the merit that he's no one's favorite character.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Speaking of which, the last part of the episode is literally just Gento and Teraraki talking about Blazar specifically.
Yeah.
Teraraki asks him, "Hey, Captain Gento, what are your thoughts on Blazar? What do you mean?" Well, the thing is, for the most part, it did seem like he was helping us out. But lately, there was that one time when he just seems to be like going against us, sort of, and he was beating himself up. What's going on? It's like, well, what do you think? Do you think he's our friend? What do you think he's our enemy? I don't know. Well, maybe play by ear. Gee, that's convenient.
And then, at the end, he finds was it Emmy? I think that was asleep at the computer.
No, it was Henri.
Yeah.
So she's like, so it's just like, it's like, I don't know how you could just like lose all that data just by face smashing the keyboard. Like, you could just press Control Z, can't you?
Yeah.
It looked like a Word document.
It did.
Yes, it's like there's no reason for you to panic about it. But yeah, so the main takeaway is there's space kaiju. Some of them it came from the same trajectory. Very suspicious. Henri seems very suspicious, and Blazar seems very suspicious, and Teraraki is suspicious of Blazar's motives.
Yes.
So again, this is the most focus that Teraki gets. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's really not much to say about this clip show episode. Like, we may as well just give our scores right away. But I think, but our discussion will focus more on the overall arc as a whole. So just to get the episode out of the way, likes, dislikes, score out of 10.
Well, I do like that it is kind of give us it doesn't waste any time telling us like unnecessary fluff. It just gives us, yeah, this is what happened during the last 12 episodes. Gets it out. I mean, but yeah, other than that, it just kind of doesn't really come like it gives us a few like droppings as to like what's going on behind the scenes, but doesn't really tell us much. Doesn't really progress the story forward.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your score?
I'd say for a recap, it's a solid what 8 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah. I am not one for giving high scores for recap episodes. Like, if you've ever seen our review of Dawn Brothers, like,
Yeah.
well, to be fair, Dawn Brothers episode 26, I believe it was, was one of the better recap episodes of any tokusatsu ever. Actually, it was because at least they were being fun, clever, and creative about it. It's like, oh, you have to provide your perspective of everything that happened in the last 25 episodes to decide who will be the MVP at the end of the year.
Yep.
And also like,
Kaito.
Yeah, and Kaito's like, oh yeah, and like also I'm canceling the show as a whole, so we need to know who the MVP is. And like, everyone gives their own comedic take on like why they are the best episode. Although even Zuka doesn't, because he's not around to like give his perspective. But they're like, so they had like a plush dog as a placeholder.
Yeah.
And even like the notes are like, I should be the MVP. I'm not even a Dom brother, but I should be an MVP.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is Kaito because he got a medal, he published a book and a photo book, and he's got a motorcycle with a nice suit and tie. Or is that episode 20? No, wait, it was episode 19. Yeah. So yeah. So it is not impossible to have a fun clip show episode. It's just very difficult, and bottling is not always the best way to do it either. Yeah, I know that sometimes you want to like, trap these characters in an isolated room and then force them to reflect on their experiences. It worked with Lost Galaxy and RPM, like I said before, because at least it did advance the plot.
It did.
Well, RPM advanced the plot. For this one, it advanced the plot a little bit, but not much. Like, the main advance we got is, we're noticing a behavioral pattern from these kaiju. Will it play a role in the plot in the future? Let's find out in the next 3 months. But beyond that, it's like we're getting a little bit of character focus on Emmy and Henri, where like one wants to find her missing father, the other he's very suspicious. We didn't get to learn much about Bondo other than he names everything, which we already knew in episode 6.
Oh yeah, the washing machine episode.
Yeah. But Gento, it's like he's slowly making amends with Blazar. But yeah, there's no development for poor Teraraki because let's face it, no character development in the last 12 episodes, so there's nothing to reflect upon. There's nothing to build up on. Other than, he is suspicious of Blazar. I mean, I feel like at that point, the only role Teraraki can have is either A, he's going to be the first person to figure out that Gento is Blazar, or 2, he's going to become an Ultraman as well. At least I hope he will, because I know there's multiple Ultras in some seasons, and if we have a second writer, we can have a second. We can have a second Ultra, probably. It's and why not make Teraki? And just moments ago, I made jokes about how at least Sabimaru from Kamen Rider Gotchard, he got shafted the same way that Teraki did in the first 2-part episode of the entire show. But at least Sabimaru actually became a Kamen Rider. And will he remain a Kamen Rider? Very unlikely. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. My thoughts on this episode: 8 out of 10. I feel like it did more to set up than it did to No, actually, it set up a little bit, but not enough. The main downside is clip show episode, which I'm generally not a fan of, and Teraraki, no character focus. And again, I'm not saying Teraraki is supposed to be the best character on the show. No, it's no, we all love Emi, Henri, Gento, and Bondo. But the thing is, I want to be able to like all 5 characters, not just 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the arc as a whole. So, what are your thoughts? So, what do you think is gonna happen moving forward with the whole space kaiju thing and V99?
I think we're gonna find out what. I think it's going to think. We're going to think, hey, what kind of tentacles do they have in SKaRD, or were they like instrumental in like forming it, or what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I hope we find some more stuff. I'm not against having like, oh, you got this organization that may potentially be evil, because like we've had that in Blade, Kabuto, even Amazons, which we like fully finished. But oh, and don't get me started on Bill, because we're gonna get there. I mean, we already did the first 5 episodes. Shameless plug on one of our other shows on this channel. But yeah, like I want to know where this conspiracy goes, but I hope it pays off well. I mean, we did have the one Air Force guy in the first episode who did know what an Ultraman is. I feel like if we're gonna have like, oh, Ultraman is sort of like a space mermaid because it's a mythical creature that we whisper about but have never actually seen. It's like, why is this never brought up again?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like I mean, you get a little bit of suspicion of Blazar's motives here and there, but we don't hear about, oh, what is the mythology of Ultraman from the human perspective in this season. I mean, obviously, past seasons did discuss it more in depth because those past seasons did exist. But if you're speaking from the perspective of someone who's never watched Ultraman ever, and Blazar is their first season watching the entire series, it kind of makes. These are some lingering questions that I feel like we really need answers to by this point. But let's hope it pays off in the remaining half of the show. Let's see. So far, who's your favorite character and why?
That would probably be Gento himself. I mean, he is the main character, so he's gotten the bulk of the focus. And I kind of like how his conflict with Blazar, well, him like growing with Blazar is kind of going. Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I would have to say like Blazar, not necessarily Gento, but Blazar itself might be the most interesting character, because it seems as though like Blazar is trying to learn about humans from a human perspective, kind of like Third Rock from the Sun, but in a less comedic sense. Because like Third Rock is a sitcom. It's supposed to be played for laughs, but in a more dramatic sense, it's kind of like Third Rock from the Sun, except instead of just disguising yourself as a human, you are occupying the body of one who's still fully conscious. I'm not saying that's not to say Gento's a boring character, because I actually do find it interesting. He's the commander as opposed to being a subordinate, and he does have a wife and kid that he loves very much, but is extremely busy. I do find it interesting that he has to lie to them that he's an engineer. Yeah, but let's see. But I do kind of like that father aspect, and I hope we see more of him, like trying to balance being a dad and being a soldier and being a superhero, all before the lunch rush. Yeah. Let's see. So we've had multiple kaiju this season, and according to production notes, the reason why Blazar doesn't have as many alternate forms like past Ultraman did is so that they could use their costume budgets to make more unique kaiju. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, Garamon doesn't count. So 8, 9. So we had 9 kaiju so far across 12 episodes. Well, 9 unique kaiju so far. Which one's your favorite? What are some of your favorite kaiju designs and why?
Honestly, I probably like that one with the parent and child kaiju.
Right.
I mean, it was a very simple one. I mean, the fact that it came from, what was it, a mountain or something, or
the mountain.
Yeah. I like that one too. The volcano kaiju.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite was the design wise. It was definitely the mountain one. It just has such a unique design that just stood out to me more than the other kaiju did. I mean, yeah, we have the Asteroida kaiju from episodes 11 and 12, but the only thing that's really memorable about its design is how it has eyes on its abdomen as opposed to on one of its appendages. And it was cool to see, but again, it's just an asteroid. It's not as impressive as having say an Ichthyo themed kaiju like we had in episode 2, or having a hydroskeletal kaiju like we did in episode 4. Because it's like, how do you fight something that's almost entirely liquid? But as far as designs go, I would as far as fights go, I would definitely have to say that the best fight, in my opinion, was the Rainbow Kaiju from episode 7 and 8. But as far as the designs go, definitely the Mountain Kaiju because I just like how it balances the flora aspect with the geological aspect. I love how angular its nose is. I love how it has those 2 plateaus on its back, and I especially love that arch that just kind of rotates upward in order to use a particle beam. I know it's something about that design just really stands out to me.
That is a really cool design, though. So
yeah. But no, I would say the coolest thing about the Rainbow Kaiju though is the fact that once you grab the rainbow, taste the rainbow donut.
Yeah.
So okay. Last question. How would you rate the first half of the season out of 10?
First half of the season, I'd have to rate it a solid 9 out of 10. I mean, it had a lot of really strong episodes. I mean, yeah, you had a few dips here and there, with some of them. I mean,
yeah.
But overall, like really solid fights throughout, some pretty decent character development, and I do like the designs of the kaiju, and the story so far is pretty cool. I mean, it hasn't spoon fed everything to you, so you still have some things to kind of like keep you like, okay, what's going on? How are we going to get answers?
Yeah. Certain parts do feel a little slower than others, but I hope that the second half just accelerates a little bit more on like all behind the scenes stuff. I do want to learn more about like our main characters, especially Teraki, because he's got so little development. I mean, like if someone could just like say to us, "Hey, you know, Teraki's supposed to be the audience," put in the shoes of a member, like observing the other four characters. It's like, okay, but even that you could do better.
Yeah.
Right? So like I'm just like rooting for this guy because I just feel bad for him. Like give the guy a focus episode. It would be weird if he never gets one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if there would ever be a season of Power Rangers where one Ranger just never gets a focus episode?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah. Let's think about it. Cam had a few good focus episodes. Tommy and Jason had so many. Billy had so many. Zach had a few because Angelo was a thing. Trini probably had the fewest, but hey, the pineapple episode, that one's iconic. And Tickle Caesar being able to like suck up Tokyo Tower straight from Angel Grove, California. Let's see. Rocky had a couple.
The Pachinko episode.
The Pachinko episode. I like the chemistry episode better. The one where like he had that one dyslexic classmate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. And then in Zia, they kept on to that theme by having him try to hit on a blind girl.
Yeah.
Let's see. Aisha had a few, not a lot. If you really think about it, it almost feels
the fire
weird.
Safety episode.
Yeah, that's the only. Okay, the fire safety episode and the Scorpina episode are the only two I could think of.
Wasn't that more of an Adam episode though? The Scorp.
That's the thing. It was. It was an Adam focus episode. When it very well could have been an Aisha focus episode. You know what's one way I would have fixed that? Like when Scorpina is hitting on on Adam, have Goldar act jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and kill off Scorpina at the end of the episode because we never see her again anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is, like, you could have like a double date between like Goldar and Scorpina versus Aisha and Adam. It's like it's very noticeable that Aisha had a thing for Adam, and then Tanya had a thing for Adam. But first, she had to get rid of Sean, who also got focus episode. Kat got focus episodes before she even became a Ranger.
Yeah.
Let's see. Justin had a lot of focus episodes. Trey had a few. Jason, when he came back, had a few. Like he turned into a solid block of gold. Like come on, guys. Let's see. Did Tanya have any focus episodes in Turbo? It's like I know that the radio show she worked for had a detonator. But I'm not sure if it was a Tanya focus episode. At least you could say the episode where we first meet Carlos and Ashley, like it was an Adam focused episode. Kat had an anorexia episode. Tommy had that one episode where like he had to get used to having an equestrian as a mentor. Let's see. Andros, he had focus episodes for dates. Leo, Kendricks, Kai, Damien, man, like everyone from Lost Galaxy had a focus episode. Ryan had focus episodes even after he left the show.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Kelsey, Joel, Chad didn't have too many, but he had a few, mostly involving mermaids, but he did have a few. Kelsey had a few. I would say Dana could have had more. She had good episodes, but they could afford to give her a few more, because the only two I can remember off the top of my head are the ones where she had to do the escort mission. Fantastic episode. And the episode where she became a model. I hated her in that episode. It's like you're gonna abandon med school for modeling. And it's like, oh, you're gonna let this woman take your morpher away? It's like, woman, if you're really that good of a fashion designer, you can make your dresses work with a morpher, okay? And honestly, I think that one dress looked better with the morpher on, anyways. It says, saving lives is my priority, but I still make time to look good. You know, kind of like Dr. Grace from Doctor Who the movie, where it's like,
yeah,
she went to see an opera, but she still went to perform open heart surgery on a bicardial patient.
True.
Yep. Like, and she wore that beautiful dress while performing surgery on an alien.
Mm-hmm.
So, props to that. But the point is, Teraki, poor guy. I have to give the arc a 9 out of 10. I'd give it a 10 if he got at least one focus episode in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. It's just that one thing that bothers me. Okay, let's move on to the comments, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, it's only a clip show episode, but I'm glad you guys are covering it anyways. Oh, thank you so much. Mighty appreciated. I love you guys. Oh, that's sweet.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Poor Teriyaki can't catch a break. Yeah, I feel bad. It's nice we get to see what SKaRD does when they're not fighting kaiju. We get a hint that someone or something may be sending space kaiju to Earth that could be related to V99. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Thank you for that input. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we got one more comment that nope, my mistake. Yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon right over there. Stay notified for our latest videos. Despite doing this brief schedule change in order to accommodate someone's birthday, our normal schedule is Ultraman Blazar on Tuesdays, Kamen Rider Gotcha on Wednesdays, Osama Sentai King Oger on Thursdays. We got 2 more episodes of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury on Saturday. One this week, the other next week. Yes, just 2 more episodes of Power Rangers to go. Can you believe we're done with Power Rangers? It's crazy. It's like I'm so glad we don't have Philip Jean-Marie saying the Power Rangers are over, because that it hurt a little bit when he said it in that episode of Wild Force. No, I'm not calling you out, Philip. I'm just shouting you out. We love you. But yeah, so Saturday the 9th we're doing episode 9, and the 16th we're doing episode 10. And then finally on Sundays we are doing Kamen Rider Build. In case you haven't seen it last week, we did episodes 1 through 5 in one video on Sunday. You can watch it right as soon as we finish this podcast. And this upcoming Sunday, we're doing episodes 6 through 10. And yes, we're not just covering the 49 episodes of Bull, we're also going to be covering the 4 films that take place throughout the season. So, all that and more, you can stay tuned by hitting the bell icon so you never miss a single episode as it airs. You can also check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we will be discussing the live action Yu Hakusho and some Doctor Who specials. And if you want to check out our personal content,
you can find me over on Instagram at that blue dinosaur guy.
and you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And yes, in January, I'm going to get back to streaming, and the thing I'm going to be prioritizing is none other than Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection for the Nintendo Switch. And yes, for episodes 3 through 6, you'll vote on which version I will be playing. So please vote for Team Colonel when I get to number 5. I beg you, please vote for Team Colonel. I'm begging you. I can't handle Team Proto Man. Actually, I'm just kidding. I can. I just prefer Team Colonel. I like Shadow Man better than Gyro Man. And
That's fair.
Nightman over Magnet Man, and Tomahawk Man over Napalm Man. Yeah. Oh, and Number Man over Search Man.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, just the entire roster from Colonel is just better, in my opinion. But yeah, so there's that. And until next time, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and make sure your holiday shopping is safe. Because some people go crazy with those last-minute Christmas gifts. Make sure you stay sane from all those Christmas carols that you have to suffer through. I mean, I'm not a fan of Christmas carols, but I don't know. If they played Christopher Lee's cover of My Way, I would probably complain less. Because Christopher Lee and his metal band Charlemagne can't do no wrong. And with that said, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Here to take us away.
Yep. Well, as we all know, in Japan, Godzilla is known as Gojira. Would that mean that his gonads would be known as goji berries?
That's funny. Go on. Bye, guys.